What's up, family? How's it going? I hope everything's going well for you all. This is a brand new year, so typically around this time of year I wanted to make a video for everyone who's thinking about a little bit of change. You know, not necessarily the kind that you get back when you go to the store and you break $1, but more so the kind that everybody expected when Obama got in the presidency. So when you're looking for change, the first thing you do, in my opinion, everything I tell you is going to be what I went through in order for me to make the changes that I made in my life to be the person who I am today. So the first thing you have to do is you have to know yourself. You have to evaluate who you are and acknowledge that you want to be better. There may not be anything wrong with you, but you just want to be a better version of you. It could be for yourself, it could be for your children, it could be for those around you. But the first step you've already done, which is watch this video, because you're acknowledging that you want to be better and you're actually seeking advice or help, etc. The next thing you have to do is be open to advice. You have to be open to criticism. You have to be open to the change. You know, you can want change and not really be open to it. Kind of like how, you ask somebody a question and they give you an answer you don't want to hear. I mean, it's pretty similar to that. So, in my life, I noticed that I wasn't happy. So right now, pause this video, open up the internet browser, and Google the meaning of happiness. Look up both words because they'll pull up different definitions. Look up happy and happiness and see if you can identify with that. See if you truly are there in life, because that's typically something that we all kind of discard just from going through the common common movement of life. You end up forgetting about that. When you're a child, very small child, you don't have many things to worry about. Not at all. You wake up, you eat, you play, you go to school, you do your homework, you get presents on Christmas, you get presents on your birthday. You're not really worried about too much when you're a child. But that kind of, to a degree, is the essence of happiness. As we get older, we end up getting bogged down and covered up with worry. We tend to lose ourselves. We tend to lose the sense of happiness because we're worrying all the time. From worrying about trying to make it to work on time when you don't feel well, worrying about your children as you have them, worrying about others that are in your life because you're trying to help them out. After a while, you stop doing for yourself. And this is why you're on this path to happiness. So the next thing you got to do is you have to admit your weaknesses. You have to, people. And if you are one of these superheroes that swear you don't have a weakness, that in itself is a weakness. Because no superhero can do it alone. I mean, we see it with all the movies we watch, the Justice League, stuff like that. And it's just, you have to have a team. The path to happiness is not necessarily a lonely one. There are lonely times throughout it, but at different points, you're going to meet with other people walking down the same path, and you're going to vibe with them. You guys are going to share energy, you're going to share information, and you're going to help each other grow. If you are unaware of your weaknesses, feel free to ask people that know you, because you are the person you are today, which means that unapologetically you have ended up where you are. So for myself, I'm a typical Aries, I'm pretty strong-headed or stubborn, natural leader, etc., etc., everything that comes along with that. So I had to acknowledge the weaknesses and all of that and kind of work against them in order to find out how to improve myself. So that leads me on into the next point, which is to acknowledge your strengths. you know, pat yourself on the back for everything that you've done that's good, that has gotten you to where you are. But don't be so caught up in always playing towards your strengths. You're going to have to play towards your weaknesses in order to grow. You've been playing towards your strengths this entire time, which has gotten you where you are today. And congratulations, that's awesome, but it's time for change. So feel free to ask your friends, your closest friends, your family, even your coworkers, people that have known you for, you know, at least 2 or 3 years, been around you enough, you know, outside of work, outside of your normal day-to-day, and ask these people, hey, you know, what do you think I could work on? What do you think I can improve? What about me kind of puts you off a little bit, you know? And most people will have absolutely no problem letting you know exactly what about you is wrong. And that's perfectly fine. That's why you have those people in your life. So the main thing to do during this criticism or critique is to listen, because criticism can be constructive as well. But you have to listen. You have to take this in. They're going to say some hurtful stuff. They're going to say some things that you may not necessarily agree with. They're going to say some things that you feel like you have to defend yourself on. But don't. Just listen. Listen to what they have to say. Take it in. Go home. Write it down. And evaluate it. And say, you know, okay, well, they don't know this much about me, so they wouldn't understand that. But the rest of it, the stuff that you kind of been, you know, pushing over here and there, sweeping under the rug, you got to acknowledge that stuff and you got to change it. You know, if you're typically the kind of person that's always on the move, usually those kind of people aren't taking the time to take care of themselves or to enjoy the smell of the flowers along the way. If you're the kind of person that's, you know, usually pretty laid back, those kind of people typically have to, you know, they kind of got to do the opposite. They got to get up and they got to actuate. They got to do something new every day, you know, try out new things, you know. I'm not saying go out and waste your money. I'm just saying try to do something the opposite of what you've been doing. So the next point, taking the opposite path that you are currently on. So in doing this, you learn a lot about the people around you. You learn a lot about the world. You learn a lot about yourself, because in doing this, you can learn new habits that could help make your previous habits better, or even replace your previous habits altogether. So usually I'm an Aries. I'll just stick with that. So I'm used to just go. Stay busy, stay busy, stay busy. And I never really realized the value of patience, because in my mind, I felt like the amount of effort that I put forth equates to the kind of result that I should expect. That's from others. That's from like me waiting in the drive-thru because I'm spending money, and I'm just like, hey, I got this money. I want good customer service. Where is it now? But if I just calm down and breathe and chill, I'll find out, hey, you know, they're giving me fresh French fries. They were going to give me the old stale French fries at the drive-thru, but they were trying to hook me up with the fresh ones. So if I'm just patient, I'm not going to get the French fries that they done scooped up from underneath the ice machine, you know? So I'm going to get some fresh ones. Just be patient. So once again, within all of this, you got to stay open-minded. You know, this is just the beginning steps. I'll make another video depending on how this one goes. But let me know what you guys think. Hopefully everything starts off well for you and everything goes good. See you guys. Have a good one, family. Peace.